North Florida. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going to throw right side here, complete.
Still going inside the 20.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Falcons put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead.
That is a quick strike, one play all the way to the house. You know, the pass was fine, but that run after the catch, impressive.
An absolute horrible time. Of course, any time like this is a horrible time for a defensive breakdown. But where's the tackling? Where were the safeties? You don't expect him to catch the ball, and next thing you know, he's running into the goalpost this early in the game. That's not supposed to happen.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, Shaq.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Anthony Schwartz, the intended target.
But it'll be 2nd down.
You talk about this Falcon defense.
They are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
One thing you do know they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
Let's go now. Go.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep left sideline.
That is incomplete. The Dolphins at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins and take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. They go play action here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Battle. And the Falcons are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to air one out. And this will be caught at the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown.
Kyle Pitts with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
They'll look to throw here on first down.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. You talk about this Falcon defense.
They are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop, held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
And now an audible here into something else.
18, Pioneer. Hut, hut.
They'll look to throw again. Sliding out of the pocket.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 32-yard line.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
On the ground, this is Grimes. Breaks a tackle. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here we go, Shaq.
They'll set up a throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score. Moody good with the extra point.
And that'll make our score 14-7.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 2nd down and inches. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And the Falcons grab it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that save.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Falcons.
Kyle Pitts,
his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Falcons take a 3-touchdown lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll look to throw here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there. 36 yards.
And the Dolphins are able to cut into that deficit. Moody good with the extra point.
And that cuts the lead to 28-14.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Back to throw here. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Steps away to his left. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And taken right on the 30. Oh, look at the juke.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
At their own 43-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Looking deep downfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Jordan Battle. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
On the jump.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And some room to roam now.
Across midfield. He's on his way.
Touchdown, Falcons.
Bijan Robinson.
With career touchdown number 91, he joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
70 Lions. Ready?
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
19 tight. 19 tight. Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That is caught.
And all the way down to the 37.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands.
Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Grimes. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
Open man here, Schwartz, complete. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
With a carry, it's Grimes. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
And this offense on 3rd down today, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Dolphins are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead will be cut down to 14.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Robinson up the middle. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here's 3rd and 7.
He'll look to throw.
That's complete to the rookie from Michigan. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. Now a 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Coleman has it here right side. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's able to get it to Coleman. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Back to throw again. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Moody good with the extra point.
And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
They're going to look to throw. Looking long for Thomas. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
And the Dolphins will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
But, partner, the defense isn't going to adjust, and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over. They're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
This is 2nd and 8.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now back to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory down at the 31. Flushed out right. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
And he's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse...
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there.
70 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from evening this one up. Moody good with the extra point.
And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. 64 yards.
And the Falcons have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter.
Tucker with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And, Charles, the name of the game last time, efficiency. Their very first snap, they connected for a quick touchdown.
They get more value than just the points from that.
There he goes, left side.
He may go.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Dolphins have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. Moody good with the extra point.
And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
Oh, some strong running.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 39-yard line.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Javon Holland.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick 6 hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
And that's going to be incomplete.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is fielded at the 27. Stiff-armed him. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And this one is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Completes it to Coleman. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a 1st down. They'll drop the throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football in the places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Troy Anderson. And the Falcons are right back in this football game. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he'll pick up about 3 there up to the 43.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. They'll look to throw now on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Oh, there's a nice move by Robinson. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
124 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we're talking about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Second and 4. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Back to throw here. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
Let go. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready?
That one looks like he'll throw here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Cam Smith. And the Dolphins have just about sewn up this football game.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.